When was the last time you woke up in the morning and felt like you didn't have enough energy, or as someone would say, willpower to do things? Or try to remember when was the last time you felt fatigued from making choices, like struggling with a breakfast option or not being able to choose what to wear before you go somewhere, or scrolling through the Netflix feed and not being able to choose a show or movie to watch because you just can't make a great choice without worrying about being disappointed later. But what will change if you know that your brain always has an answer before you even make the right decision? Scientists have proven that our brain makes decisions before we're aware of them. But before this, as usual, I want to add more personal experience with this struggle. And for me, it's one of the biggest struggles I literally experience almost every day. When should I wake up? What do I want to have for breakfast? What task should I start first? Is it the best time to do my morning yoga, or is today the day I should start morning walks or even running? It's always tough, especially when you're a freelancer with tons of thoughts and plans in your head. But none of them really have deadlines, so they can wait until later. Yes, some of these decision struggles are strongly connected to my ADHD brain, but overall I see how many people struggle with making decisions in their lives. If you recognize something I mentioned in your life, give me a thumbs up and write a sentence about your biggest struggle with making choices. So in today's video we will talk about the fear of making a wrong choice and how you can handle this process with a few simple tricks. Hey friends, Dmitry here. On this channel I share my thoughts to make your life easier with things I use, and if I share something with you, that means I figure out. So subscribe to my channel and click the bell notification button if you want to get instant updates about my new videos. Also, I want you to know that this channel is part of my challenges, so I'm not going to quit. And your support and comments will encourage me to make more and more content, because I really have something to share with you. So let's go back to the decision-making process. Every morning when we wake up, we start our day with decisions to make. The biggest decision we have to make every day is what kind of person we want to be today. For sure, this isn't true for everyone because many people just live their lives without any expectations. Just waking up, going through their morning routine, commuting to a job, working 9 to 5, then heading home, gym, dinner, Netflix and sleep. Some things may vary, but in general it's a pretty routine life. And if you're watching this video, you're probably not living that kind of life. Or maybe you are, but you want to change something. But if you do live that kind of life, do you really need to make a lot of new decisions? Because let's be honest, when we dive into routine, we build daily habits that repeat every day. So you probably don't need to watch this video though. But if you wake up in the morning and feel like tired of making decisions, I have something for you. Let's start with one simple question. What does make decisions really mean? Does it mean that whenever we choose to do something, it also means we choose not to do something else? And what if we choose the wrong decision? Or is it even possible to make a wrong decision? We face fear of missing out when we don't make a decision that we think we had to make. We blame ourselves when we do something but then doubt whether another decision could have been better. But how can we change a decision that we already made? In most cases, we cannot change anything from the past. And if we cannot change anything, why do we feel so bad? Just because the human brain often has expectations. When we have to decide something, we unconsciously predict the outcome. That's how I make my decisions. And before we jump further, let me give you an example. I always feel bad about some kinds of decisions, like what to have for breakfast or any other meal. Do I need to go to that conference? On one side, it could be beneficial for my business, but it's boring. And I'd have to drive an hour to the venue. How should I spend my free time? Should I go for a walk, watch a movie, or do something else? What pair of pants should I buy? And in all of these choices, we already expect something. Our expectations about a new outfit are related to how other people will react to it. We choose the taste of ice cream, expecting it to be good. Sometimes we even plan who to talk to at a conference to get a positive experience. And if we don't, we blame, first of all, ourselves. Then we build negative conclusions based on unrealistic expectations. But expectations go even higher when we have too many options. And I don't have anything against the number of choices we have now, but this situation overwhelms our brains. And what happens when we choose something we actually wanted but we are not satisfied with it? Who do we blame first? I'm not sure you're going to blame the store where you bought it. You'll blame yourself. And what happens next? Self-doubt and losing confidence in yourself because you think you made a mistake. You don't want to repeat that mistake in the future because many of us don't know how to deal with failures, even if it's not really a failure. And paradoxically, we feel even less satisfaction with the results, even if we make a good decision. This feeling of doubt always follows us whenever we need to choose. And this is the biggest problem with the whole decision-making process. We expect so much when we make even small choices. And yes, again, I will repeat it many times. Some of us make some things easier, and some of us struggle even with simple things. And I represent the second group. I also encourage you to tell your story in the comments below because I know you have something to tell me and everyone who is watching this video. Also, please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you share my thoughts and want to improve yourself together. Thanks. Let's continue. But what is the real secret to happiness when it comes to making decisions? First of all, and this is not only about decision making, you have to learn how to lower your expectations. And this is a very powerful idea I'm practicing right now. So when you need to make your next decision, just try to avoid any expectations about that decision. And when you hear this, you need to know which decisions are important and which are not. Most of our 35,000 decisions per day aren't that important, and most of them our brain makes unconsciously. A Cornell University study found that we make over 200 food-related decisions every day. That's insane. Many of our choices happen without us realizing, due to habits, cognitive biases, and external influences. So don't panic about those numbers, but there are still some conscious decisions we need to make. And remember, when we make them, we avoid expectations, okay? And speaking of unconscious decisions that our brain makes, we need to understand that in most cases, when we get stuck with a decision, our brain has actually already made that decision for us. That's very simple to check by flipping a coin. And that's my favorite way to decide something, especially when I feel overwhelmed and stuck on a decision. So if we need to decide between two things, we just flip a coin. And when the coin shows you heads or tails, you will realize what you actually want. You can also Google some random generators or other tools that will help you with your decisions. You may think that flipping a coin isn't the best way to make a decision, but overall, if you can't decide something, does it mean that you will be happy or unhappy with either choice? So if you don't know exactly what you want and the coin helps you figure it out, why hesitate to use this tool? Personally, I like it. It saves me so much time and energy, which are vital for my ADHD brain, as decision making is one of the hardest things for me. And given the power of making a choice to a coin doesn't mean you lose control over your life. It means you gain that power and energy for something more important, something that actually will change and improve your life. Because let's be honest, choosing what kind of breakfast to eat or what movie to watch isn't that important. And let's quickly remember who was that guy who picked that bad movie last time. And don't blame yourself, there are still so many great movies you haven't seen yet. You will, for sure. And now let's move on to one of the most powerful actions you can implement in your life to make it easier and avoid decision paralysis. You need to delegate your choices to experts. Yes, it's not for me yet, but I am working on it. I'm absolutely terrible in delegating, and I will make another video about it when I find something that helps me. And if you have any ideas on how to let go of perfectionism, give me some advices while I read more about it. So delegate your struggles to others, but don't see it as shifting the burden of decision making onto someone who isn't ready for it. Stores, shopping malls and grocery stores all have consultants, sellers and advisors. Just find one and ask, what would you recommend to me? Can you please check what I'm wearing and suggest something? Or if you don't know what coffee you want in Starbucks, just ask the barista what they recommend. And what else? Don't expect anything, because there are 3 possible outcomes from their decision. You might like it, you might not like it, or most likely, You'll just feel neutral about it. Okay, someone made a choice for you. You feel okay with it. There is no obligation, so your energy level stays the same. That person did their job and everyone's happy. So simple. Use it. And remember this. Delegating decisions to expert is a game changer because you can't be an expert in everything. When you don't know where to find that ketchup or whether to buy chicken or fish for dinner, just give the decision to a coin, a random generator app or a store consultant. Just ask what's fresh and take it. And here's another small and funny way to help you with your decision. Something you can play with your friend or partner. When they ask you to choose between something, you can reply with, "Tell me what I'm thinking about," and choose it. It's a fun way to decide and it always works. Don't waste your life on small decisions. Save your energy for what you love to do and the people you love to be around. And that's it for today. I'm just starting my YouTube journey. I have big plans for this channel and my life, so if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, write a comment with your story or questions. I'm Dmitry and these were my thoughts. See you next time. Love yourself.